So just some announcements. You guys know Ultimate Portion Fix launched today for everybody. So now's the time to start talking about it. I know Noelle and I kind of dropped the ball a little bit on our sneak peek last week. So I'm going to get with her tomorrow and kind of restructure that so that you guys still have a place to pull people. But basically, you need to make yourself knowledgeable. And what I would say is get into Share a Cart and do an example enrollment with like a fake email and get yourself familiar with what the challenge pack options are there. I know I've given you guys images of the different options, but to me, that's like the best way to make sure you're giving the right information. So you need to remember from this day forward, Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology challenge packs do not come with the Portion Fix containers, and they do not come with Ultimate Portion Fix. So you need to think about when you're talking to people and asking questions about nutrition plans, they need to be getting the Ultimate Portion Fix challenge packs with Shakeology is, to me, the golden, like the golden ticket for them to see success, or the 2B mindset challenge packs with BOD and Shakeology. So this is not the $160 anymore. That's why I'm saying get in Share a Cart and do an example enrollment. It's actually the $265, which I think is $245 this month because it's $20 off. Don't be bashful about that. Don't think, oh, that's too expensive. Okay, get that out of your head because this is valuable. Who started UPF? Anybody? Has anybody started the videos? Okay, so you're gonna, awesome. So Katie probably could back me up on this. I'm just finished module 2 and it is like so good, guys. I mean, all the questions that we get asked over and over and over again until you're blue in the face of like, this isn't working or blah, blah, blah. It's setting them up for success and it's walking them through how to use the program properly. So just know that it's like an additional program to help coach someone through nutrition. And we know that most of our girls, they can rock workouts all day long, but they're not going to see results unless they do it. So that's my tip number 1. Just get into Share a Cart and just make sure before you're saying, yeah, it's $160. No, it's not. So you still have the challenge packs with BOD and Shakeology that are $160. But I want you guys thinking about what your different options are and as you're asking questions, what that looks like. Because it is a little bit different mindset now as we approach challenge packs and what's best for people. Okay. The second thing is we're like 3.5 months from Summit. So I know all of you have your Summit tickets already. But if you have people that are starting to, or that are doing really well in the challenge groups right now, or you have pegged as like they would be a killer coach, this week is the week to talk about it. So I'm going to be setting up an event, a Facebook event that's going to be public, okay, for the coaching opportunity next week when I'm in the Bahamas. So we're going to be running a coach sneak peek next week, and I want to give you guys a heads up on that so that you can start making a list of people that you want to reach out to and say, hey, my coach is going to the Bahamas. We're running this amazing sneak peek. I just want you to pop in there and listen and see what it's about. Anybody that's gotten results with the program is fair game, guys. So don't keep their future stuck in your mouth. And there's no reason you guys can't have coaches still come to Summit and get the ticket. So it's still $165 through the end of the last week of the month. Yeah. The last week of the month, and then it'll go up to $175 after that. So I know Audrey's working hard to earn her free ticket right now. I'm super duper proud of you. I think she's 1 person away from the second month, maybe 2 people, but she'll hit it this month, and the next month she's success starter. So super proud of you. What else did I have in my brain? I think that was it. I know recognition, she's not on here, but Claire is officially down 20 pounds. I will say that Liz, I FaceTimed with her last week and she's doing amazing, guys. She's already on hydrate and breastfeeding well, which is like super cool for a Beachbody performance line. There was something else I was going to say. Shoot. Anybody else have any other recognition or shout outs or anything? Who am I missing?
Bree.
That's it. I knew it. Go for it, Katie. You recognize her.
She just finished the Ultimate Reset yesterday and lost weight at 18 pounds. and did her first workout this morning. And I don't know if you guys saw it in the tracker, but she posted on there about how emotional it was for her, and she actually ended up crying after the workout. So yeah, so 18 pounds through the ultimate reset.
That is like baller, guys. Like, and maybe I know Brie will be popping on here soon, so maybe she can do a little spiel about it at the end. But she did it probably in one of the toughest personal times in her life too. So to me, that's like, well, damn, if you can do that, then like, I can't wait to see her share it in the hub and share more about it, because I think it will really speak to a lot of other women that we know that use that as their excuse. So I feel a line in the sand with her, and I think she's really going to run to Summit, which perfectly aligns to the topic that I wanted to talk about tonight. It's this concept of 10-10-1. So I don't know if you guys have started reading this bad boy. I know Katie's read it. Girl, stop apologizing. But it is a concept we're going to go over tonight to start setting goals, but not just you writing them on a paper and then forgetting about them, and then like, oh shit, another week goes by and you haven't done any of your vital behaviors and you haven't hit Success Club, and then you start going down the rabbit hole of like, we've all been there, right? So what I want to tonight is talk about this concept, but also help you do it and have a clear vision and one goal to run towards to Summit. Because my personal goal for our team is to have as many of you as possible on that stage, and as many of you as possible in the Diamond and Star Diamond trainings at Summit, because I know you guys are capable of so much more, and you are all capable of leading amazing, incredible teams. And I don't want to have you sit there wishing you would have worked harder, because you guys deserve it and you have it in you. Like, I see myself in all of you from like a year or two ago, and there's no reason that our team can't be extremely recognized by corporate in 3 months, but it takes thinking about it on a deeper level. So what the heck is 10-10-1? It's this concept. It's actually part of a chapter in Girl Stop Apologizing called Choose One Dream and Go All In. And basically, I'm going to read a few pieces from it just to kind of give you the gist. And then we're going to actually do part of it. So you need a piece of paper and a pen if you don't have it already. And hopefully Audrey will come back. So she starts off the chapter by saying, here's the thing I believe about a goal that often annoys people. You can only focus on one at a time. Let me say that again. You can only focus on one at a time. So I don't know if you guys are like me, but it's easy at the beginning of the month to write down all these things, and then vision board at the beginning of the year, and each quarter write down all these things. And then I look back and I'm like, wow, we're at the end of quarter one, and what have I been doing, And I think it's because it's easy to get caught up in so many goals in our life that we don't know how to just focus on one. So she says this, and I'm going to read part of it, the one part of the chapters that I highlighted, just so you guys get like where I'm coming from. She goes, when people list off the 19 things they're dreaming of, my response is always the same. Which one makes you most excited? If you could choose only one of them to work on for the next decade, which would it be? If only one of them could be successful, which would you choose? The thing is, they always have one, always. But they surround their single greatest dream with a bunch of great ideas. They list out all sorts of possibilities, because that way they can say it's all just for fun. That way their options are endless. That way, if chasing the dream becomes too difficult, they can quit and tell themselves it wasn't what they truly wanted anyways. See, if you only pick one dream, there is no plan B. If you want to take the island, burn the boats. If you want to actually achieve your dreams, you can only pursue one at a time. I believe completely in going all in one single dream, and when you achieve that one, then you can move on to the next. But splitting your attention is splitting your focus and your energy, which means you're not likely to make much progress. And it's so true, right? Like, even if you just break it down to what our challengers go through, or maybe what you went through when you first started this journey, I know exactly what Audrey said to me when she started this. She's like, I'm just going to do the workouts, right? Because that's what I did. I said, screw it to the portion containers. They went back to the cupboard. I was like, I'm going to do a shake a day, and I'll do the workouts my way. And sometimes our challengers come in, they're like, I'm going to do the whole portion fix, and I'm going to do all the workouts, and I'm going to do all the shakes and all the supplements. And then they just get overwhelmed because they're starting at ground zero and haven't done jack shit for the past year, and it's too much. So it's kind of the same concept she's talking about, is like, instead of focusing on all these goals in our life, we have to really break it down to what we want. But you also have to start broad if you want to get specific, right? So she talks about 10 years, 10 dreams, one goal. And so I'm going to ask you guys some questions and read to you, but basically I'm going to start this off by saying, who do you want to be in 10 years? And I'm going to ask you, what are the 10 dreams that you would make this a reality for you? And which one of those dreams are you going to turn into a goal and focus on next? Okay. So at the top of your paper, you need to write down 10 years. And I'm like, I don't know if this aligns to my birthday or what, but next 10 years, whatever age you are, it doesn't matter, but the next 10 years. So I want you guys to close your eyes for a second. I'm going to read this paragraph to you. So she says, I like to encourage people to start by closing their eyes and imagining the best version of themselves. Imagine that a decade of time has gone by and you are living your best possible ideal for yourself and your life. I want you guys to dream big. Don't put any restriction on it. Don't overthink it. Just allow yourself to envision the most magnificent possible future version of yourself. A decade in the future, what is the very best version of Katie, Bree, Audrey, Maria doing? What does she look like? How does she go about her day? How does she speak to people she loves? How is she loved in return? What kind of clothes does she wear? What kind of car does she drive? Is she a great cook? Does she love to read? Does she love to run? So I want you guys to open your eyes, and I want you to use the piece of paper and get really specific. In 10 years, who are you? What is the best things about your life, about your day, about who you choose to spend it with, about what you wear, your energy, your focus? And I don't know if it's easiest for me to shut up and let you write down a few things and then ask a few questions. But I'll give you guys a minute to kind of just don't think about it, just write it all out. I'll read you some of the other questions she asked. What's your favorite restaurant to eat at? What kind of food do you consume? What does it feel like to go throughout your day? Are you optimistic? Are you encouraging to others? After a decade of working on yourself and growing as a woman, how much joy is there in your life? Who's in your life? What's your week like? You guys, one more minute. All right. I don't know about you guys, but I don't do this often. So sometimes it's kind of fun to like think about that sort of future, like, some of you guys have only been on this journey with Beachbody for a year or a couple months, or I think Bree's like 3 years now. So like 10 years, can you imagine like what we could accomplish just in our health? Beyond that, how many other things are positively impacted by what you do as a coach, right? It's kind of cool. So she talks about the next part is 10 dreams. And so I'm going to read you guys this because you have to narrow down, like you just brain dumped a million things, right? And so how do you narrow it down to 10 dreams? So she says, turn your 10 years into 10 dreams. If those 10 dreams came true, they would make your vision a reality. So if you saw a future that was completely financially free, maybe your dreams would be things like making a 6-figure salary or being completely debt free. But maybe your future dream self is also healthy and happy and energetic. Add becoming a marathon runner and vegetarian to the mix. The important thing is to be specific. The list of dreams is how that future vision manifests for you. And so the key is to write down these 10 dreams in a notebook every day, right? And write them as if they've already happened. So, for instance, if you told yourself, I have $1 million in the bank, that's specific. That's an outcome. That's like a place to head, right? Going to is something in the future. Have is present tense, which means your subconscious starts focusing on how to make that real right now. So, like, obviously, I don't have $1 million in the bank right now, but I'm working towards that. So, one of the things she wrote about is, I am an exceptional wife. And she said, that one is on my list. I write it down every day as a reminder of who I am and who I want to be. When I imagine my future best self, she's still drunk in love with Dave Hollis. In the future, he's still my best friend, and we still can't keep our hands off each other. But you have to write not good, not great, but she uses exceptional, which I thought was really cool. Another example she used is, I only fly first class, which I was like, okay, I can get down with that, right? Because it's like 90, she travels all the time for work. And so she used to think, oh, I couldn't request that. I'd be like a diva, but it's as if it already is. So I want you guys to write down 10 dreams that relate to the vision you put out as if they already are. So it can't be like, I want to do this or I will be. It has to be like I am or it is or that sort of thing. So write them all out. Or don't use I want. That was another thing she said. Like, I want to lose weight. That's not specific. You guys another minute. It's okay if you don't make it through all of them. It's good. That means you're thinking about it. All right, I'm going to reel you back in. So the last part of this is to pick your one goal. And she phrases it kind of broad, but I'm going to ask you to pick one goal related to Beachbody, right? Because we're talking about Summit and you all are going there. And you are a coach because some part of you wants something that either you saw in me as your coach, in a different coach in this team, in the network, in our CEO. There is something that you want out of this that you don't have yet, right? That's why we're all coaches. We want to better ourselves, we want to help others. And so I want you to think and ask yourself right now, what is one goal, one thing you can do in the next 3 months that will get you closer to the 10 years from now version of yourself the fastest? What is the one goal out of the 10? And it might not be on your 10 list because I didn't phrase it that way because I wanted you to just brain dump. But what is one of the 10 you would identify that you can work on right now in this next quarter? And I want you to write it in the chat. And of course, you're going to write it down on your paper too. And it's got to be specific and measurable. You know, the SMART goal, specific, measurable. I'm really bad at thinking of the other ones right now. I'm sure somebody will correct me, but it can't be, I want to be a diamond coach, right? Because that's like saying, I want to save $5,000. Okay, well, you have to measure, or I want to be better at my finances. That's not measurable, right? Thanks, Katie. I knew you would know it. Love it, Audrey. But I want to know, what's your 3-month goal with Beachbody? I'm making you get more specific. What is going to be your goal at Summit that's going to happen, that already is in existence in your mind? It's great. I love the 10 years, but what's your 3-month goal? Perfect. Hitting SE10 every month. Make it business related. You know, I'm making you guys get specific and measurable. Don't base it on what anyone else says. What is going to be your one goal you're going to do to get you closer to your 10-year version? Love it, Bree. Okay, sharing how often, sharing where. Get more specific, Bree. 1 person a week. Perfect, perfect. Katie's helping 1 person a week, completing her activities in the BAT. Perfect. All right, so you guys better be writing this down. So I'm going to read this to you. The intention here is that you are working on your ideal self is a lifelong process to become who you were meant to be. Lifelong processes don't have a time limit, right? All that matters is that you keep at it. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for consistency. Oh, that word. Love it. But it's not enough to know this goal, because many of you guys already know what you want to achieve. You already know what kind of coach you want to be at Summit. You already see the vision. We've talked about it multiple times. And if that, you have to know why you want it so badly, right? You need to define why it must be yours, and then you have to use that as a leverage to motivate yourself when you want to give up, because you're all going to have days where you want to give up. You think Brie didn't have days during the ultimate reset when she wanted to say, F this, like, give me some cake, or let me have Chick-fil-A at work? I know, she told me like day 2 they had Chick-fil-A catered at work, okay? So day 1, whatever, same difference. So you have to know your why, guys. Because SC10 every month is great, but what's going to be the driving factor to make that goal a non-negotiable? I'll give you guys an example. Last month, you guys know last month was hard for me emotionally. And I almost just said, screw it, I don't care about Success Club. Do you guys know I've hit it 50 months in a row? And imagine if I just said, screw it, on the 24th, I'm not going to do it. No, that's a personal standard that I set, and I had a why. Why did I want to do that? Because I could never ask somebody on my team to do what I wasn't doing. And Audrey was at SC8. And so you know what I did? I texted her and I said, can you work with me every night? I need your energy. And now we have this big joke that we suck each other's energy off of Zoom. But that's what I needed to surround myself with, the belief that I'm being ridiculous, first off, because I've done it before, but also it's possible. So even if Maria hasn't hit SC10 every month for 3 months, so what? Surround yourself with people that have. And it doesn't have to be getting on Zoom with somebody on this team. It can be just listening to YouTube in your car, right? From the people that are hitting SC100 every month. Because if they can do it, why not you? But it's got to be a why. And I know her why. Her why is because she's going to Italy this summer and she doesn't want to pay extra for it. But is she thinking about Italy every time she has a grad paper come up and it's easy to not do her vital behaviors, right? That's where the why's got to kick in, and you got to look at your schedule and say, okay, this is the commitment I made on the weekends. This is going to be my work time. I'm just using her as an example because I know exactly what her why is. But do you see what I'm saying? There has to be that one goal in the forefront of your mind all the time. And I'm going to tell you guys, the goal that I have at the forefront of for our team right now for Summit, we've said it before. We failed hard at it before, but I'm going to say it again. Katie already knows it. I did the numbers and I ran them. We're 26 people away from 5-star diamond. It's not hard. If Marie's helping 5 people and Katie's if all of us help 5 people this month, that'd be 20 right there, right? But it takes a team. It takes a heartbeat of one vision every day. And so what I'm going to do, and there's other numbers I ran, we're 50 people from 7-star, 57 people from 8-star, 69 from 9-star. So in my mind, there's no reason we can't hit 10-star by the end of the year. Like, why not? But what I want to do is make it fun again. And that's what Audrey kind of spoke on in her live video this week, is friendly competition and creating energy that we're proud to walk across that stage in 3 months and say, you know what, I crushed my goal, but we as a team also crushed our one goal. So I was thinking it might be fun to bring back some sort of like, I don't know if you guys remember when we did Shift Shop, we had like slap the marker. Every time you help somebody, you slap the marker and you said their name and you said what their goal was. And I want to bring something like that back to the pot. And maybe you guys can be creative and come up with something, because I have not yet. I'm just like speaking off the top of my head. But I want to bring that energy back on our team. And there's a lot of women that want to come back, but they don't know how, because I speak to them one-on-one. They don't have the confidence in themselves. And so when they see Bree, I actually messaged Bree today about somebody. When they see Bree go in and crush Ultimate Reset, and she starts tonight sharing her journey in our, whether it's in our team page or in the hub or whatever, it creates a ripple. You guys don't realize when you show up and you do something and you give and you speak, that triggers somebody else. Like, well, if Bree can, why can't I? Because they just see me as I do it all. You guys know I don't do it all, right? There's plenty of things I don't. But I'm asking y'all to level up with me, because I know we're meant for more. And I know going to Summit, I don't want to be disappointed in myself. And I know that our team is so capable of so much. But it's time to have fun with it. And yeah, do the work. But let's start getting in the message pods and talking about what motivates you, like the simple things like that. What is going to be the things that makes you want to show up and do the work? Bree probably didn't want to do the Ultimate Reset every single day of it, but something inside of her drew the line in the sand and she said, you know what? No more. And look at her, like, that's the kind of team that I want to run with. So that's kind of my vision. That's the only specific thing. And I'll tell you, the date we're running for is April 26th. 26 people on April 26th. Kind of weird, right? You guys know I am about signs and dreams and weird shit. But I just think that I want to do it as a we thing. And maybe Bree can speak on this for a minute, because we kind of celebrated you before you were here. But she's been to Summit and she's seen, different teams and that sort of thing. And maybe she can speak to like the vision she has for this year, because she knows what we talked about in the audience last year and, the reality of this year, of how many of us are going. So I'm going to shut up now and let you speak.
Yeah, I feel like every year we have such momentum going up to Summit and all these people that have tickets, and then without fail, days before, people all of a sudden drop out and they're like, oh, I can't go. But there's something different about the momentum our team has right now, and the determination, the drive, the consistency that the Summit ticket holders have. There is nothing more powerful than seeing coaches on your team walk across that stage and celebrate all the successes, not only that they had, but that you've had together. Seeing you all stand and post a picture together or do a group work together, and you're all pushing each other and you're all laughing, and you've been up late and up early and you don't even know what day it is, but you're learning together, and there is just so much energy. There's like a constant buzz at Summit of just people's goals. It's like you can feel it and it's contagious. And the more people we have there from our team, the more that consistency and that buzz will grow within our community. Because Danielle's right. She can't be the one that appears to be doing everything day in and day out. We all have just as much potential as her. We all have just as many people at our disposal as her, whether we feel that way or not. They're there. And it's really about taking these goals instead of just writing them down on paper and putting them into action. And I know we said at the beginning of the year, we jokingly said, this is the year of Glow Fire, and we're making it our thing. And Summit, I think everyone here has been to a Super Saturday. You feel on fire after you leave Super Saturday. You're going to feel like you're at a goddamn bonfire when you leave Summit. Like, it is burning the house down. I mean, you will hear speakers that will resonate with you. I mean, I think I've even taught on stuff I've heard at Summit to other groups since then. Like, I've used things I've learned at Summit in my work life, everything. Yeah, Rachel freaking Hollis, and I just think that the world is our oyster. And you really have the option right now leading up to Summit as to whether you're going to open your oyster and it's going to be empty, or you're opening your oyster and there's going to be a pearl. So just crush it. I'm making Monday my B.
I love you. Well, on that note, maybe Brianna can start a thread in the team page sharing our one goal, and I will post this team call, and let's get as many coaches as possible watching it and sharing their one goal. And then from that point on, let's talk in the Emerald Pod about something creative we can do for the next 12 days to help all of us hit Success Club and build momentum going into the second quarter, almost the third quarter, to make Success Club a non-negotiable. Like, draw the line in the sand. You guys can all help 5 people. There's no reason we can't. And utilizing Portion Fix as our oyster is just like, go the way that I built my energy back this month, guys, is I just started being a student again with it. And I think you can feel Bree's fire too, because she became a student of Ultimate Reset. So start there and it will naturally flow out of you. So step 1, Brianna's post. Oh, you have something else you want to say?
Well, I was going to say, I don't know which coach it is. I want to say it's Amy Silverman, who has said in the past that it's like at one point in their career with Beachbody, they would just talk to anyone and everyone about it. Like when you're in the line at the grocery store, when you're, dropping off something at the post office, whatever it is, just start talking to people about it. And that's how I feel like I've been with the Ultimate Reset. Literally any person that crosses my path, like whether they see me and they're like, why do you have a jug of water with you? Whether they're like, oh, sweet salad in your mason jar. I'm like, yeah, MFR, like, want to hear about my cleanse? I'm going to tell you anyway. It's like when you're like, oh, I have a dog. And they're like, that's nice. And you're already opening up your phone to show them pictures. Like, that's how you need to be about Beachbody. Before you even give them an option to say no, you already need to be telling them about it.
5-foot rule.
Yeah. Literally. I don't think that the 60-year-old superintendent on my job site is going to be signing up for portion control, but maybe his granddaughter wants to. It's like literally anyone and everyone within earshot knows that I have a blender at my desk so I can have my chocolate superfoods in the middle of the afternoon at the job site trailer. And I will blend that sucker right in the middle of everyone in the open office. Bzz, bzz. Like, and they're like, oh, Bree's making her shake. Literally. Everyone should know you're a Beachbody coach without knowing you're a Beachbody coach.
Who's going to challenge Bree to be that way on social media now? Oh, mic drop. Love it. I love it. I love it. Katie will hold you to that too. All right, guys. So Bree's going to start a thread in the team page. Let's share our one goal. I hope this spoke to you, and feel free to share your list with me or the Emerald Pod, whatever you feel comfortable doing, because I love this stuff. Like, I eat it up. But what I really find joy is helping you actually do it. So what I would also challenge you to do is schedule a call with myself. I know I'm speaking to Maria this week, so let's have a game plan for each of you to speak with me over the next, well, I'm really free this week and then I'm off the grid, but I want to connect with you guys and help you feel really clear and defined of running to Summit and what that looks like. So connect with me and let's start building the energy as well in the rest of the team, because like I said, your energy is contagious and you all have the ability to create a ripple by showing up and doing the damn thing yourself. So thank you guys for being here. I love y'all and I can't wait to see your goals.